Next up on this list, somebody we mentioned earlier, John Michael Schmitz from Minnesota. All the reasons we kind of discussed earlier, we don't have to repeat them all, but he stood out yesterday to me, and then again today. He looks to me like a bigger center, but can still move. And I'm all about upgrading the interior of the Bears offensive line. I know everybody's focused on tackle, but center, I love the idea of having a new, young center that just gets the job done. As much as I get annoyed by PJ Flex sometimes, I do think there are good things he's doing in that program, the type of offense they're running, the type of experience you can gain playing there. So I like that as a potential second round pick for the Bears. I would love to see that pick happen.
Yeah, guys, so, at 6'3", 306, and we were talking about that screenplay. This is not full contact, but he was ready to go and put his body weight on the linebacker that he blocked. But obviously that's not what they're doing here. So that physical presence showed up in team drills. He was stout, anchored really well against some of the pass rushes there. So, but he can get out in space. I think that's big if you want to fit into what the Bears want to do with their rushing attack.
What's interesting to me about John Michael Schmitz, outside of the fact that he went to Homewood Flossmoor, great high school, tremendous football school, there's not a lot of good interior linemen in this draft. So you might have to overdraft him. And would you really do that? It feels like they're not in the position to do such a thing. But maybe it seems like if you want an interior lineman, you're going to have to jump up to get him. And I don't know if the Bears would be that aggressive at that position, but I don't know what's in their heads as far as to how they're looking at the offensive line, obviously.
Answering Doug's question there on the screen, serious question. Do you like Schmitz, the Minnesota center, more than Skoronski for the first O-line pick? Polls makes. I think I understand where you're coming from. No, I like Skoronski more. He is a tackle. I think he's got a higher ceiling. I think he's going to be a really good player. But I think what you might be getting at is, would I rather have Skoronski taken with the first pick, or would I rather have like Jalen Carter and Schmitz? How about Skoronski and Schmitz together? How about that? I mean, there's a lot of different combinations I like. The point is, I think Skoronski's probably the better player overall, and for good reason is being considered as a top 10 pick. That being said, I think we're talking about second round, possible center. That there doesn't seem to be a lot of risk for me when I look at Schmitz play. I like his attitude. I like his experience. He just seems like a good, safe pick. And for me at that position, center, I like safe picks there. I like guys that you just know are going to be a rock there. Not unlike Linderbaum from Iowa last year, right? Now that was a little bit higher profile player, but he's pretty damn good. And, you see the Baltimore Ravens draft him, and the second they draft him, you're like, oh, okay. Like, that was the definition of overthinking it last year, I thought. Like, the second the Ravens drafted that kid, you're like, okay, yeah, he's probably just going to be like the greatest player ever for 10 years.
If you like physical play, you're going to like this guy. It pops off the tape. He's 5 yards down the field trying to pancake someone. Think Tevin Jenkins at his best moments this year. That's what – he's not as big as Tevin, but he's pretty damn physical. And I like the way you're thinking, Hoge, as far as safe bets. Let's make a safe bet. This looks like a pretty safe bet.
Well, I think it depends where you are in the draft, but definitely second round, I like safe picks.